Prepare yourself for invasion. This is Indie Invasion.
Hey guys, it's Eric at Indie Invasion, and well, today I got another unboxing for you. Today I have Violent Dark. This is another game written by Matt Burns and put out by Black Site Studios. But before we get into Violent Dark, if you guys give us a thumbs up, a like, subscribe, follow, really helps out the show and get these indie games out there. So Violent Dark, this is Matt Burns' second game that he wrote and produced with Black Site Studios. First one being Don't Look Back. And it's similar to that game. It's a tabletop miniatures game, but this one is in the far future. Think kind of like Aliens. You're on a spaceship, and it's a space horror game that's more so, it's got the scenarios, but it's about survival. So we're going to unbox this core set and see what comes in it. So let's go down and we'll dig into this right away. All right, here's the box. This one, I have to say that this one stands out with that bright yellow. Space horror game by Matt Burns. It's the second game that he produced with Black Site Studios, and this was part of a Black Site backroom event. If you guys are curious about that, they got one coming up pretty soon at the end of January here for Hamatsu. And yeah, this one is kind of cool. It's different. You know, it's the Don't Look Back was the horror game. This one is Can Your Crew Survive the Dark? So this is some of the stuff you get. And this one's it gives a nod to the Alien franchise or the other Alien where you got the space, crew out there. And Violent Dark is a co-op head-to-head or solo tabletop miniatures game that pits the crew of a massive corporation's ship against the threats of the galaxy that lurk and prey beyond the fringes of space. So this game will challenge you and your friends to try and guide your crew to safety while completing themed missions and fighting off vicious alien threats. Remember, don't depend on the corporation to come and help you. So some of the contents that they give you in this core set is you get 8 crew miniatures, resin miniatures, which is more than their other starters that I've seen out there. You get the core rule book, 36 card item and adaptation deck, 3-part alien miniatures, which I know these aliens they sell separately. You can get them by themselves and maybe pose them differently, or they may have multiple parts so you can put them together how you want. Of course, you get the tokens. You get 55 tokens, and then you get character and Xeno cards. So I'm assuming similar to Don't Look Back, they have some different types of aliens that you can fight. So let's bust into this and check it out. So I kind of started it, and we'll see all the stuff that it comes with. So I'm just going to dump it, guys. Here we go. All right, so we got a pile. So first off, here is the rule book. It's pretty beefy. Let's see. This is about 50 pages, it looks like. We'll give a quick flip through here. I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on it, but table of contents gives you a little bit of backstory in the universe and the corporations. Little key for all the different tokens in there. What you need to play. Looks like it uses 2 D20 dice. And the D20s make up both D10s and D5s. So a little bit different. That's cool. Here's all the corporations. Here, let me slide some of that stuff over. So there's a lot of backstory in this, which is cool. And the photography of the, painted minis is pretty cool. I like seeing actual miniature photos, so you can kind of use that as a reference maybe as you're painting them. And then we get the quick index. I like that. Tells you what pages to go to. Always a plus in a rule book. Core rules. So here's all the rules that I have to read. Some examples, which is nice. I like that. combat. So it does have some different modifiers, and that's cool to see. Oh, there's some nice little art. And then we got the game setup, choosing your threats, name crew, terrain setup, which they have a really cool MDF kit at Black Site Studios. It's a big one. I'm actually looking into some other sci-fi terrain you can use, whether it's a 3D printed terrain or I think there's a couple other that out there that make like plastic card type terrain that just clips together. So if I get something like that, I'll probably do an unboxing so you guys can see what it's all about. I blanking on the name of the company, but there's a couple of them out there. There's the actual game turns, threat phase. So some more awesome pictures. Breakdown of the crew card, what everything means. All the different actions you can take during a turn. Missions. And I think they have other missions online. They have like a resource page dedicated to stuff like that you can download and play. A little bit. Yeah, these are all the missions with the objectives and stuff. So there's 5 of those, it looks like, in here. And then some more fluff, which is kind of cool to see. Get you into that world. So that is the rule book there. So let's see what else we got in here. We got tokens. Black Site Studios always gives you this little range type of token thing there. And lots of other tokens that they did give you that little chart to kind of go off till you get to know what everything means. Normal lighting, flickering lights, all that stuff, plus and minuses. And then we got some cards here. We'll just go through these real quick. So I like the back of them. They're kind of dingy looking and kind of look like space playing cards in a way. Very thematic. That's kind of neat. That's a neat way to separate what everything is. And then, like, see, this one is, oh, wow, that looks neat. So I think this is like stuff for the aliens themselves, like upgrades almost. Barbed forearms. So kind of almost like the abilities in Don't Look Back. I will have to read through all the rules on that. And then these are some not really upgrades, but equipment, it looks like, for all your space truckers and astronauts and crew. That's something for the actual environment. Maybe that's what these are, is like environment type stuff. And then this one is, see, here's some equipment. Ammo, bandages, items and stuff. Smokes. Maybe use it as a free action to remove 1 point of stress from this crew model. 2 uses. So that's kind of a neat thing to have in here. I do remember them talking about stress. So it makes your checks a little bit harder the more stress you have. Cats. I think they do have an expansion of cat minis. I don't know if they actually, if they're just for, fun and show or what, but very cool nod. So there's cards. And then we have some crew cards. Look at these real quick. Quite a bit of crew in this box set. And I know they do have some other expansions. You can get some more crew. So we got a company asset with all their abilities, trait, an item they start with, and then their health. Everybody starts at 20, which is good because I think this is the kind of game that you're right in it fairly quick. And when characters die, you just wake up a new one that was in, freeze sleep for the long journeys on the ships. Stowaway. Captain, of course. You got to have a captain of the ship. Lieutenant. Yeah, so their trait is like a special ability they can do. Roughneck. Engineer, of course. He looks like a cowboy. And then you got your soldier. And a medical officer. Okay, so let's see. What else we got here? We got... So these look like they're the cards for all the Xenos, the aliens that you're going to be fighting. So we got a Xeno Prime. So that's basically your queen. There's a lot on here. Traits, a couple different traits, different ways they attack. And is this both their health? I'm not sure. Oh, and there's a damage table right on the back. That's kind of neat. And then the Xeno Stalker. Camouflage, that's interesting. Damage table for that specific Xeno. Xeno sample 2300. Biological keywords. I see another damage table. And I guess these are other ones. Engaged instinct. I will have to go through the rules to see what a lot of this stuff is. Oh, I see. Prime, Stalker, Prime. I guess this is the instinct when they're engaged with somebody, and this is just probably what they do when they're hunting type of thing. Interesting. Okay. And then we have 2 bags of minis. So I'll show you off the pieces, and what I'll do is I always do is I put them together and we can get a closer look at them. So you get a bunch of bases. Like I said, you get 8 crew members in here. These are resin miniatures. So here we go. We got the medical officer, and let's see if I can get how close I can get to the camera. That looks like a soldier with, looks like a flamethrower or something maybe. So far these look like they're all one piece. Oh, here's a guy that came off. That's a soldier. Yeah, it looks like these are all one piece. Okay, this one I think is the captain, which is, she's seated. So I'm assuming the one part you have to put on her is her treads right there. Futuristic wheelchair, I guess. And then there's some little bits here. I do see an arm. I'll have to figure out who that goes to. And I see some loose cowboy hats. Which I believe maybe goes to him. Yeah, he's missing an arm. So it looks like one guy I have to actually build. So that's kind of cool. Quick, you can get them to the table. And I see another hat. He's got 3 hats. Is there somebody else that you could put a hat on? I don't know. I don't see any other ones that need a little hat. Oh, there's a stowaway. I totally missed showing you guys the stowaway with the little hoodie. It's like a little kid. And then there's some more extra little pieces. That looks like a holding like some kind of bag, or I'm not too sure what those pieces are. I guess once I get to building it, it'll become clear. So, all right. So there's that. And then we got the aliens. So more bases. These ones are a little bit bigger bases. The other ones were like 32, I think. So millimeters. So there's a bunch, holy cow, of pieces here. So we got, looks like midsections of aliens. Oh, I like seeing a ball joint too, so you can really customize the heads. Here's a head right here, actually. Well, I don't think the head goes there, but you could still, maybe that's for the tail. Yeah, that's the tail. That's the butt. Well, anyway, here's the head. Like I said, I don't know how close I can get, but look at that. That's cool. Like I said earlier, you can get these 3 Xenos separately if you want to build them a little bit different, or maybe you want to paint them different. That's a hand. All right, I think that's all the loose pieces. So let's take a look at a sprue here. So those look like tails and some more arms. And then lots of more arms and some legs. Oh, that's probably what the ball joint was for, is for their bottom leg section. All right, well, that's all the basic things that come in the box set there. So what I'll do, as I always do, is I like to build these minis and get down on the table so you guys can get a real close look of what they look like. So let's go ahead and go down and take a look at these. Okay, all built and ready to show off. Here's all the minis that come in the core set of Violent Dark. You got the 8 resin crew miniatures plus the 3 multi-part alien Xeno miniatures. As you can see, this is everything together. And what I would like to do is actually get even closer than this, and we can look at them almost one by one, and we'll talk a little bit about them closer up. Okay, here we got all 8 of the crew members. These are basically miniatures that you can use to basically represent the different types of crew members. Like I said, there was 8 of them here. You can, what's cool is use other sci-fi miniatures that you find to represent these different archetypes, I guess you'd want to call them. But let's go ahead and we'll just read through them real quick here. Coming up in the space-aged wheelchair is the captain for the games that you want to play. And then we're actually going backwards. So we had the medical officer, we have a soldier, your engineer for the ship, then you got a roughneck, your stowaway that you might find on your ships, your company asset, so the company person that represents the company, and the lieutenant, which is second to the captain, once again right there. So yeah, like I said, it's kind of neat that you can use these ones to represent these archetypes for your ship in the game. But if you had other sci-fi miniatures that maybe you want to use a different miniature that's a captain or an engineer or even soldiers, I think that would be an easy one to find different ones. you can go ahead and use them. And they do have some expansions for like further crew members in the game. If you want to check out Blacksite Studios website for Violent Dark, they have some other sets in there. And these miniatures here, most of them were all single piece. That engineer right there had a couple pieces I had to glue on. And I think the lieutenant and, of course, the captain had some pieces to glue on. But for the most part, they were all single piece minis that were easy to just get together and get ready for the table. So all they need now is just some paint, and I'm ready to go. Okay, these are the last models that come in the core set, and these are the 3 multi-part alien miniatures that a couple different ways you can build them just by positioning of the pieces. I think these are really neat models, and they do sell these by themselves on Blacksite Studios of 3 more Xeno aliens. Maybe paint them a different color. But like these ones, I tried to really push how you could pose them, as you can see. And these 3 basically represent your Xeno Prime, a Xeno Stalker, and then just your basic Xeno alien for in your games of Violent Dark. And like I said, there's basically they sell these separately. If you, like I said, want to try and build them a little bit differently and maybe alter them a little bit, you really, I think you only ever need is the 3. And like I said with the crew members, if you had other creepy crawly aliens, maybe from board games or other miniatures lines that you had, you can use those to represent the Xenos for your games. And that's a quick look at all the miniatures that come in the core. So we'll go ahead and get out of this and go ahead and do our closeout thoughts about Violent Dark, the core box set. There you go, guys. There's some cool stuff for this box set of Violent Dark by Matt Burns, produced by Blacksite Studios. As you can see, it's a pretty cool looking game with the space horror theme. And I always kind of think of this one as a race game. It's to see how long you can survive, see who's going to survive in the different scenarios, battling the aliens. If any of Violent Dark looks interesting to you, you guys make sure you go over to Blacksite Studios tab for Violent Dark and check out some of the other expansions they have. It's really neat that they have a lot of different ways that you can play Violent Dark, and they got plenty of expansions out there, whether they're more space truckers or other crew members on your spaceships, to try and pit against the different aliens. And I know they got some other stuff. One of the expansions that I like to dive into that I got is with synthetics, so your renegade androids, and take a look at that one. So yeah, go check them out. Blacksite Studios tab for Violent Dark. Check out some of the cool stuff they have on there, different ways you can play. I really like that you can either play it solo, co-op, or head to head. And then they have some cool mechanics in there for, like, maybe there's a traitor and they want to see you not succeed. So, but that's all I got for this unboxing of Violent Dark. It's just a little peek into it. I am excited to get this one to the table and see who I can make last. But that's it for this unboxing, you guys. Thank you for joining me for this quick, peek into Violent Dark, second game by Matt Burns. And if you guys could, remember, give us a like, subscribe, follow. Helps out the podcast grow a little bit there. And until next time, sometimes they mostly come at night. Prepare for the invasion. We'll talk to you later, guys.